Hey guys, how you doing? Another live stream today. Really pushing myself to do these streams. I've had a really good day today. How did you guys get on today? How was your day? My day was pretty simple. Doesn't sound like much if I say I got quite a lot of things done. I went for a coffee. I did some business stuff. Went for a walk. Went to the museum, the Tate Museum off the South Bank. I went to a few coffee shops actually and just worked on selling my weekend confidence program, answered some questions. I've had some emails, people applying for coaching, did some writing, and was preparing to do this stream today. So yeah, it was a nice day, nice and easy going. Hopefully you guys had a good day. Right, so today's topic is I'm going to answer a question and then kind of go from that question. So I've got asked this question quite a few times, and I realize I should talk about this more. And the question is, you know, can I overcome social anxiety without a mentor, without getting coaching? Now, actually, I thought about this before I did this live stream, and I wanted to be really honest. And initially, I was going to say no, but I don't like telling people they can't do something because I don't like when people do that to me. Because, of course, if you really, really want to do it, you can. So I'm going to say that the answer is yes and no. So, of course, if someone really, really wanted to and they were super dedicated and they made it their life ambition, of course, they could overcome social anxiety without spending money and without getting a coach or a therapist. But the reality is, when you look at the numbers, when I look at the facts, most people can't do it. And I'll explain why. And then I'm going to go into some other lessons and things I've written down. So let me read this, right? It will kind of summarize my question, and you guys can also ask me questions as well. My goal is to continue to do what I love, and that's to help men who have got anxiety, social anxiety, fear, self-doubt, lots of overthinking, to help them to face that and build confidence in all aspects of their life, whatever it is that they want to achieve. Right. So just to let you guys know, I am promoting the weekend program. I'm super excited about it. I've sold one space and I've got 3 spaces left. I take 4 students maximum. So the upcoming weekend confidence program experience is on March the 11th and the 12th. Excuse me. So I wrote this today myself. This is kind of the sales page. I put it on my Instagram and YouTube channel. So the weekend confidence program is for guys who are 100% committed to overcoming their social anxiety and building their confidence. Clients who have done my weekend program have reported to me and told me that their relationships have not just improved with women, but their family and their friends. It's no surprise to me because I know the value that my confidence coaching delivers. I see the results in how much more confident my clients become, after the coaching. I see that week in, week out. Social anxiety can really hold you back from making friends, building honest connections, getting a girlfriend, going on first dates, and talking to people in general. It can also hold you back from your career or starting your own business. This is why having a confidence coach or a mentor to give you that mental and emotional support you need is crucial for overcoming your social anxiety. That kind of ties in with the question. When people say things like, why do I need to get a mentor? Like, what am I going to get out of it? And there's many things you'll get, but I've boiled it down to simple things, which I've wrote there. You get the mental and emotional support. So again, answering this question, most men struggle to overcome their social anxiety because they try and do it on their own. And it usually, I'm not saying 100%, but usually it doesn't work because it's too overwhelming for them. Every single successful person you see today has had a mentor at some stage of their life, not just with social anxiety, but with anything. Tyson Fury, Mike Tyson, Conor McGregor, Les Brown, myself, anyone who's achieved any success to any magnitude in their life, at some point they had help. Can't do everything on your own. Having confidence is so important if you want to be happy and successful in your dating and social life or in any aspect of life. The weekend confidence program experience gives you the confidence boost you need to overcome your negative thoughts and emotions and your beliefs about yourself. Once you experience feeling confident in new social situations, your negative thoughts and emotions will no longer be able to make you feel insecure about yourself. This is a fact. This is what happens through my coaching and on the weekend program. The weekend confidence program experience, it teaches you how to be confident with women in an honest and respectful manner. As a matter of fact, it teaches you the social skills to connect with people from all walks of life in any social situation. Treating people how you want to be treated is one of the values that I uphold and I teach on all my programs, especially the weekend program. Like I said to you guys in recent YouTube lives, when you have good manners, people really respect you. In my experience, most women, they tend to like confident men that have got good manners and are very respectful. It takes a lot of courage to be kind and honest with people, especially when you don't know them for the first time. If you would love to improve your confidence with women, then this weekend experience is for you. Once you can overcome your fear of talking to people, you can pretty much achieve anything you set your mind to. The weekend confidence program teaches you the social skills to make friends, to get a girlfriend, to be good in business if that's what you want to do, and to also be good in pretty much any social situation. That's the whole sales page, but within all that, it's all true. This is what the program offers. These are the consistent experiences I see, and this is what it done for me. Remember, everything that I teach my clients, I learned myself. It changed my life. So yeah, if any of you want to sign up to the program, drop me an email. As I said, there's limited spaces. I'm taking 4 students maximum. I've sold 1 space and there's 3 more left. And we've got now, how long have we got? We've got just over 2 weeks. It should sell out by then. I'm pretty certain it will, because I'm doing an event next week, which is free. It's a 2-hour social event for guys that want to improve relationships with women, with people. And I'm also gonna, after I've done that free event and given massive value, I'm gonna sell the spaces. They probably will run out by then. So back to what I was saying. So, like I said before, by the way, guys, please drop your questions. Don't worry about interrupting me, because I can always continue my talk and answer the questions. Probably my most favorite part is I like getting my talk out of the way and then getting in and answering your questions and having fun, right? So where was I? So, like I said, I mean, when I go back to when I first started with my social anxiety and I look back, I couldn't have done it all on my own. I had mentors at certain times. Now, at the start, when I started, as I've said to a lot of people, I couldn't afford coaching and therapy because I just didn't have any money. I generally didn't have any money, right? So for those people, I say it all the time, who don't have money, okay, it's a little bit frustrating because then you can't do the paid coaching, but take advantage of the free mentorship, the free live streams, the videos, the talks. You can still succeed. So that's what I did when I started. I listened to Les Brown. I got the free mentorship from him. I couldn't afford his coaching or his products. So I really valued the free videos, and I went out and I pushed myself as much as I could, and I went to other events. I mean, at some point you have to spend some money. I had to spend a couple of pounds on going to a meetup group. So, you've got to work out, you've got to find a way of doing it. Like I said, if you don't have much money, then you've got to use what you do have: time, your courage, and you've got to take advantage of the free mentorship. And there is a lot around on most YouTube channels. And then once you've built some confidence and you improve your financial situation, which I did, then you can invest some more money and get mentorship to get further ahead. So you've really got to look at this as an investment. Whether you're going to invest money with the right mentor, doing my program or working with another teacher, that's gonna get you there quicker. Or if you don't have the money to invest, you're going to have to invest your time and your energy. So we can't get out of investing. I think sometimes people are in that mindset. They're trying to find a way of getting results, getting confidence, overcoming social anxiety, making friends, getting a girlfriend, or starting a business, or becoming more social in their life. They're trying to find a way of doing that without suffering, and you can't. They're trying to find a way to save money, to save time, and to not expend energy and stress. You can't do it. You can't do it. That's the wrong mindset. You'll be stuck in depression for a long time. You'll be stuck with that point of view. It ain't going to work. So many people do have the money. I know that from being in business for so long, right? So, like I said, the reason why most people fail on their own, and I get people messaging me all the time saying, like, I tried to go out and be social for a year. I tried to do it on my own. I couldn't do it. Now I'm going to do the coaching. And then they'll come and do a program. They realize that they can't do it on their own. They need help. It's hard on your own, as I said, because mental health without support is very, very hard. And when you're on your own, you don't have someone to motivate you. You know, it can be lonely. It is lonely on your own. And your thoughts, it's hard to manage your thoughts. And when you haven't got no one to speak to, so there's so many different, like, I want to explain more on my channel. I really do want to educate people more on why mentorship and coaching and confidence coaching is so life-changing. Because I'm very aware that some people, they just don't know the value of it, because you don't know what you don't know. You need it explained and you need to experience some of it. So I'm hoping to at least give you a glimpse of that today. So, you know, sometimes it's the simple things that a teacher can do, like helping you to manage your thoughts and your emotions. I have it all the time with my clients. My last event, people will say, you know, I'm stressed here, I've got stress here, or this negative thought, or this person bothered me, or this challenge in my life. Some people have gone for a breakup, or they lost their job, or they want to start their own business, but they can't motivate themselves. I had a guy at my event, he said he can't focus more than an hour. So when you've got a mentor like me who's experienced at handling these different challenges and has worked with so many people and gotten past these fears and anxieties and these predicaments that people find themselves in, especially with social anxiety, can give you a different way of looking at things, a different strategy. But when you're on your own, you can't do that. When you're on your own, you're always going to go by your own perspective. You're always going to go by what you know. And usually it's not enough. Usually people's perspective is negative on themselves and life. You know, people get jealous, they compare themselves, they get discouraged, they get angry, they get resentful, they get down, they get lonely, they get depressed, they feel overwhelmed, they feel afraid. So it's very hard in that place when you're on your own to motivate yourself out of that and to take action and to get yourself in a positive place. So a lot of the times, what I'll do for my clients, I will help them to get into a positive place and then get them to take action. So mentorship does so many things that people just can't do on their own. And when I used to hear lots of teachers talking, I'll be honest, I did used to think like some skeptical people, I'm not sure if I believe in this. You know, they're just trying to sell me on a dream, or I just want to make money. I had all those thoughts. You know, it's human nature until you actually experience it for yourself and you get results. But then I started to think, well, hang on a minute. There must be someone out there that's honest, that knows that can work, because how did they get there? And everybody else around me, they're not helping me, the people around me, and I can't help myself. So I've got to take a chance. And it did work. Les Brown's stuff really worked. It wasn't a scam. It changed my life. So when you experience it, you have no doubt that it works. That's why I try my best to educate people on this channel about the value of coaching and getting a coach, as opposed to spending money on things that are not good for you: alcohol, drugs, gambling, junk food. You know, maybe, I don't know, other stuff that just doesn't benefit you. Spend the money on, invest in yourself. Spend your money on your confidence, on your business, on your social life. Educate yourself with a mentor. Get your confidence up. Be the best investment you ever made. You'll make more money later on. Because in order to make money, I said it on the stream yesterday, you've got to have people skills. You've got to have business skills. You've got to have entrepreneurial skills. You've got to not be afraid of money. You can't be afraid of people. You can't be afraid of rejection. You've got to get past these things. And if you don't, then you're going to stay broke. Not just broke financially, but you're going to be broke mentally and emotionally. So it's the strength, it's the love, it's the encouragement, you know, and it's easy to say all these things. I know it's cliche. People say love yourself. Of course, it's not easy though. It's not easy to love yourself. It's not easy to have confidence in yourself when you don't believe in yourself, when you're struggling. So we all need some support. So you need a mentor, you know. Some people need a mentor for a weekend and that's enough. Great. Some people need a mentor just for 2 hours, just to get past something that's bothering them. Some people need a mentor for 6 months. Fantastic. Some need a mentor for a year, some for 2 years. I personally needed a mentor at one stage in my life for 3 years, changed my life. I needed that relationship because I was struggling with a certain thing in my life, trauma from the past. I couldn't get past it on my own, despite building a successful business and being a teacher. So I needed somebody to help me. Best investment that I made. So I say it again, just to clear up the doubt. You know, I believe in what I do. I sell what I do because I've bought mentorship and it's worked for me. So you've really got to be open-minded. Now, this is what I would say to people, right? Because I do understand people's point of view. Anyone out there who's skeptical, who doesn't trust in mentorship or thinks it's a waste of money, that's fine. That's your choice, right? You stick with what you know. Let me ask you a question. If you're going to go on your own, has it worked for you so far? Has your advice changed your life? Are you confident? Are you happy with going the way that you feel, which could be, I'm not going to trust in a mentor. I'm not going to spend my money on a weekend program or a coaching program or a therapist. I'm just going to save money and do it my own way. If that's worked for you, oh, brilliant. I'm happy for you. But if it hasn't worked for you, then your choice is you might want to look at the way you're thinking. Have a serious think about the way that you're thinking. And I know for people, we've got to talk about this word. Again, not being afraid. We've got to talk about trust. Lots of people initially with social anxiety don't trust people. I used to be the same. But not trusting anyone is an agonizing place to live. I'm not saying be naive. I'm not saying, but I spoke to my client the other day. He's amazing to work with, and I'm helping him. I said to him, look, you want to go out in life and you want to give everyone the benefit of the doubt and you want to have a good attitude. You don't want to be paranoid. And you've got to trust some people, but you can't trust anyone. That would be foolish. And he agreed with me. He said, I'm glad you told me that. I said, if you think someone is not trustworthy and you really strongly believe that and feel that, don't trust them. But if you can sense and your intuition is telling you this person is trustworthy, then you go for it. But you can't just if you're so negative that you don't trust anyone, then you're going to live a miserable life. So, you've got to have some courage. You've got to take a risk. And when people are trying to overcome social anxiety on their own, they grapple with these ideas and these fears, and it can keep you stuck. And I know because I've been through them. I used to have all these fears myself. If you know my story, that's how I know it. That's how I can speak about it. That can be uncomfortable for some people. Money, trust, relationships, fears, insecurities, confidence, success, investing. All these things can be really, really uncomfortable. I used to be the same 10, 15 years ago. I couldn't even speak about these things to anyone. I'll just keep it bottled up. I was very paranoid. And that's why I struggled until I got mentors and it opened me up. So you got to open up. You got to open your heart. That's part of having confidence and getting to a stage where, of course, we all have fears. We don't want to be hurt. We don't want to be ripped off. But you got to get to a point where you could handle that. You're not afraid of that. That's not going to keep you in a prison. And then you can really grow and start helping people. So that's why I'm saying it's not plausible that people do it on their own. It's so difficult, which is why I'm always pleased. If people say to me, I've gone and seek therapy, I'm like, thank God for that. Like that, really pleased for him or her, because that's a sign of strength, getting help or doing a course or taking my program. So it's really, really hard. You're stuck in your head when you're on your own. And I get feedback a lot now. I like to ask clients because it's a nice feeling when people are really happy with my service. And I ask them, why did you hire me? Why did you invest in my coaching? Or what was the bit that helped? And a lot of the time it's the support. People need support. And look, there's another argument. Well, I'll answer that question. People will say, well, why do I need to pay for a coach, spend money? I just get my friend to help me. Well, there's flaws in that. Your friend's not skilled like I am. The likelihood is your friend's not a confidence coach. He hasn't got the patience. Friends can get jealous. That can happen in relationships. A coach ain't going to get jealous. It's a different type of relationship. We get a buzz out of helping people. We're really genuine. Sometimes friends are not skilled, so they can be telling you to do something, and it might not be the right advice. It might mess you up. And sometimes friends, you can't count on friends. They say, yeah, I'll meet you on Friday at 2:00 and I'll help you. They show up, but next Friday they don't show up. as a coach, we don't do that. I never do that. Can't afford to do that. We show up. Someone like me shows up. I'm reliable. I'm committed. So it's a different type of relationship, because like I said before, if that was the case, then I would have, my mum and dad would have helped me to make money and they can do what they do. And that's love me. Our parents can love us. So my parents didn't have the skills that Les Brown had, and they wouldn't. That's not their profession. So most of your friends are not coaches like me. They don't have the skill that I've got. They're skilled in other areas. Does that make sense? So it's a bit like me saying, I need to get a plumber to fix the leak or my sink, but I'll just get my friend to do it and save money. But he's not a qualified plumber. He's gonna mess it up. So I can't buy this book, this BS. I've heard it before. It's wishful thinking. I've had friends that have said, and I know it. I can see it coming. They're like, yeah, my friend's going to help me to get a girlfriend. And I'm like, really? Is he going to do that? That's some friend you've got. Like, that is beautiful. If he does that, that's a good friend. I do that. I've done it for friends, but it's very rare. And I'll say, well, has he got a girlfriend? Well, no. I'm like, that doesn't. It doesn't sound honest to me. Something sounds like BS to me. A few weeks later, I'm like, is he still helping you? Oh no, he got jealous, or he let me down. See, it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not skilled. It's a bit like someone saying, it's a bit like a boxer just getting. Well, I can say, you know what? I want to do a boxing fight, and I'm not going to pay for a trainer. I'm not going to waste money. I just get my friend to teach me boxing. It's crazy. It's absolutely absurd. If my friend's not a boxing trainer, he's gonna get me knocked out. How can he teach me? He's not skilled. So friends are not, most of the time, unless your friend is a top coach, a top mentor, and he specializes in social anxiety, he can't help you. He's not got the skill to do it. He hasn't got the patience. He doesn't have the communication skills. I'm sorry, man, but it's just not true. It's not honest in most cases, right? Of course, there are rare cases. So I'm not saying 100%, but in most cases, guys can't overcome social anxiety on their own without the help of a confidence coach or a therapist or a psychologist or a support group. It's too hard. I couldn't do it on my own, and I'm a really determined person. I'd done some of it on my own, but I couldn't do all of it. At some point, I had to, and I had to put my hand up and say, I need some help here. This is too much for me to bear on my own. So really think about what I've said, honestly. Whether you decide to work with me and do my program, or there's other good coaches out there. There's people that work around this area. Pick someone that you trust and that's good and is very good at what they do and has been doing it for a long time and they've got a good reputation. Work with them and it will really help you. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. I'll give you another example. Training. I love training. I love weight training. I love boxing. I've been doing it pretty much all my life, but I don't know as much as I thought I did. So in 2019, it was before the COVID, or 18. My video is still online. I got in touch with a friend who's an expert. He's a personal trainer. At the time, that's what he did. And I worked with him, paid him. It was a life-changing investment. See, I understand the power of investing, because doing things on my own, I was failing. I couldn't do certain exercises. I didn't have the experience and the know-how and the technique, and I needed the support. So that's the whole concept of today of getting a mentor. If you really want to overcome your social anxiety or your fear, and you want to achieve your goals, and having a mentor gives you confidence. It's just a different sort of energy. That's another thing as well. Most mentors, myself included, when we work with clients, we're super positive, and people change when they're around that positive energy. Excuse me, the same way that people can really go down, their self-esteem can go down the toilet if they're around negative, toxic people that are just really horrible to be around, and just not positive and not taking responsibility. They're not accountable. They're not living it. They're not taking action. They're not working on themselves. That sort of energy brings you down. So that's another value of getting a coach and having a mentor is you're around positive people. It rubs off. If you're around positive people, you become positive. If you're around confident, strong people, you become that. If you're around negative people, you're going to become like that. You become generally what you're around all the time. So that's why people, it's no surprise, they always grow fast. All my clients do. They become successful quicker when they've got a mentor and they're on programs. So on the weekend confidence program, you're around positive people, you're around strong people, you're around people that are accountable, and you're around like-minded people. And when you're in a group of people over a weekend, it creates a transformational experience. It has a certain energy, has an atmosphere, has a tone, and it rubs off. When the program's over and you go back into your life, you carry that positive energy, you carry that momentum, you carry that confidence. It gives you a certain motivation that the majority of people don't have in society. They carry a very negative energy. You've seen it. Look around you. I'm sure you've seen it in any big city. People are miserable. They're moaning. They're huffing. They're puffing. Their heads down. They're not happy. Makes you feel miserable, doesn't it? So this is why it's important. How do you fix a quiet voice? Good that you've asked me that. You've got to work on speaking louder and building your confidence. This is one of the lots of my clients have this problem to begin with. They speak really low, and that comes from the fear of what other people will think and being a bit ashamed of your own voice. So you've got to practice. You've got to do public speaking. You've got to take a confidence program. You've got to put yourself in new social situations. You've got to do things like maybe like a live stream. You've got to get out, and you've really got to practice. You've got to practice being confident in speaking. So you've got to speak more, and the more you speak, the louder you speak. And the event that I done yesterday, we had a group of about 12 people, and I gave everyone the chance to speak and ask questions and answer questions. And a lot of people speak really low, and I had to say to them, look, I don't want to offend you. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable, but I really want to help you. And I'd rather, if I do offend you, it's because I want to help you in the long run. And they appreciated that. And I said, you've got to speak up, guys. Most of you speak like this. Yeah, I'm here. I want to build a business. And no one's going to listen to you when you speak like that. It's not confident. It's not good for you. It's not good for others. So I know it's scary at first when you're not used to speaking. I got them to raise the volume of their voice, and they spoke much better. So that's a great tip as well. And again, see, that's mentorship. It's little details like that. I got a guy emailing me today about coaching. I'll just quickly read what he wrote. So I got an email from a gentleman. I won't say his name, just in case. He says, I'm interested to start coaching with someone who can help me to become more wise to see my blind spots. So I'm reaching out to apply for your coaching. Things like blind spots. Mentors can see it. Sometimes you can't. As Les Brown said, you can't see the picture when it's in the frame. Sometimes we can't see areas where we have flaws in our character or flaws in our communication, but a teacher can see it and help us with it, not judge us, but say, look, you need to speak louder, or you need to slow down your speech, or when you're talking, you need to make more eye contact, or when you're speaking, you need to learn to listen to the other person and not interrupt them when they're speaking, because that's bad manners, bad social skills. It upsets people. It stops you from building better relationships, can affect every area of your life. So I'm really big on the communication side, which is what I help all my clients with. I mean, some of my clients are really good communicators. I don't have to teach them those specific things, but some of them are not. Some of them come to me and they've got really poor social skills. Sometimes they don't know how to listen, they interrupt, or they're rude, or they speak really low, or they lack social awareness, maybe because they lack some empathy. So I have to help them with that. If they've got any chance in surviving in the world and living a better life and being a better person. So things like that. All these things you learn on the weekend program or on any program that I teach or right now. So these simple things, although they're simple, they can't be overlooked because they can hold you back. Let's say you're going for a job interview and you've got poor social skills. It could stop you getting the job. Let's say you go on a first date with a girl that you like. She might reject you and not go out with you because you've got poor social skills. She might really love you and like you. as a person because you're a good person, you've got a good personality. But if you display poor social skills, it could put her off in a business meeting or running a business. If you want to make money and help people, if you have poor social skills, it might put people off wanting to work with you and do business with you. So social skills are so important, especially with social anxiety. And most guys who try and overcome it on their own, they don't have great social skills to begin with. Or sometimes they do have good social skills, but the anxiety won't allow them to show those social skills. So there's two things already, well, loads of things that you've learned already just in 30 minutes. So that's experience. That's what teachers have. That's what I've learned. I've been coaching for almost 11 years now. And in that time, I've learned a lot. And I'm able to help people in this area, especially with building confidence. Another thing is focusing. It's very, very hard. I mean, you guys know it yourself. How hard is it to focus when you're on your own? Let's say you've got to go gym, or you've got to write an assignment, or you've got to go out and speak to people, do an event, or whatever it is, business, or whatever part of your life, speak to women. How hard can it be sometimes when you're on your own? You haven't got no support around you to focus. It can be really hard for people. But when you've got a coach, what does a coach do? Well, the sessions that I designed for my clients, they're all designed around focus. That's one of the reasons why I love teaching, and my clients enjoy my sessions, even though at times it's challenging. It's a good challenge because in the 2 hours that we work together, or 10 hours, it's focused time. And that's when you appreciate time more. Same when I come on these live streams. It's a very focused energy that you're getting. And focused energy is quality energy. When we're not focused, we're just wasting time. We're not enjoying our life because our mind's all over the place. We don't know how to concentrate. We're distracted by negativity, thoughts, responsibilities, emotions. If you want to be successful, you have to learn how to focus. You've got to focus your energy on the target that you want to hit, on the goal that you want to achieve. In this case, it's social confidence, getting over social anxiety. When you're around people, if you do not focus and be present, you can't connect with them properly. You don't enjoy it. The anxiety pulls you out of focusing. So on the weekend program, I teach you the skills and the tools to focus when you're talking to a woman or you're talking to people. And that gives you a better chance at building a successful relationship. It gives you a much better opportunity at making more money. When you're focused, when you talk to people, most of the time people really appreciate it. Everybody wants to feel loved, valued, respected, understood, listened to. And just by learning to focus when you talk to people in a genuine way, I'm not saying like in a weird, intense way, it has a great energy. I love it if I'm talking to someone and they give me their focused energy and they care about me and they're listening. You feel valued as a person, and you want to give that same energy back. So these are all the skills and all the reasons why you should invest in a mentor, and why going on your own, in my opinion, is a really bad decision to make for your whole future. It can cost you so many years because someone can be trying to overcome social anxiety for 20 years and fail. Where if they invested in coaching for 6 weeks or a weekend or 1 year, they would do it in that time. And then they got the rest of their life to live happily and confident. So you lose time, you waste time, you lose money by not investing money in a coach because you try and do it on your own. Pride gets in the way. You think that you know more. You don't want to get help. You want to be stubborn. It doesn't get you nowhere in life. I'm telling you, if I could share any lesson and save you time, pain, regret, it's invest now in a mentor. Spend your money wisely. Like I said, everybody that spends money on my coaching, who commits to it and shows up and doesn't make excuses, if they want later on, they will make more money. That will be a good investment, and they'll have more confidence, a better quality of life, better social skills, better mental health, better communication skills, better boundaries, better motivation, better accountability, better discipline. All these skills will be learned from investing in my coaching and working with me. 100%. I do this week in, week out. I've dedicated pretty much my entire life to it. I'm passionate about it. I believe in it 100%, and it works if you're willing to work with it and put the work in. So I hope I've answered the question today really clearly and really honestly. So that's my answer. It's kind of yes and no, but more no than yes, because it's such a small percentage of people. I can't even think of one person that I really know. Maybe it's been a couple over the years on this channel who have done this on their own without any mentor, any support. And technically, in some ways, they haven't fully done it on their own because they would have watched my videos or someone else's or read some books, so they would have got some sort of help. But generally, yeah, going out on your own, being able to push yourself, I'm really good, Chris. How you, mate? It's close to impossible. So I just think it's not an intelligent decision when people don't invest in coaching programs and they don't make that financial investment and they don't make that emotional investment with time, focus, and energy, because it's just going to cost you. You're going to lose time. You're going to spend, instead of spending, would you rather spend 6 weeks and overcome your social anxiety, or would you rather spend 10 years trying to do it on your own? It's a no-brainer, as far as I'm concerned. But I guess it comes down to how much do you value your being confident, how much do you value getting past your anxiety and getting the relationship that you want, or getting the life that you want, or making the money that you want, or being successful. That's great, man. Well done. Yeah, anytime any of you can push yourself to face social situations or take action on your goals, it really is an extraordinary thing. But like I said before, doing it consistently is very, very difficult without a coach. A coach will hold you accountable because lots of people fall into the trap. They go out and socialize when they feel good, but when they get challenges or they don't feel good, they don't socialize. And that's why having a coach is important, because some of the most important sessions that I've had with clients have been when they've had a bad day or things haven't gone the way that they wanted. They've had a rough week and then they've done a session with me. It's like a recharge. Totally changes their negative state to a positive state because of the conversation we have, because of the accountability, the goal setting, the focus, and the change of attitude and a different approach to life and looking at problems in a different way. A whole different ball game. That's what it really is, really. When you do the weekend program, that barrier, that resistance that most of you have and people have of coming out and meeting people, because that's the big barrier. The fear is meeting people. Lots of people want to do my program, but they're afraid to come on the program. I understand how it works. They're afraid to meet me and the rest of the group. It's like a people thing. I had it. I understand. It's like, oh, don't want to do it now. Don't want to face it. But every time you do that, you just reinforce your insecurities. The anxiety gets worse. The anxiety, social anxiety, or any anxiety, it doesn't get better by avoiding it. It gets worse. So one of the things I wanted to share, which is so powerful, lots of people don't realize that the confidence is in the anxiety. So what I mean by that is people want some anecdote, they want to read a book, they want something said on a video that's basically going to give them confidence without having to go through suffering, stress, and discomfort. It doesn't happen like that. You gain confidence by going into your anxiety. When you face your social anxiety, what you're doing, you're facing your negative emotions. You are facing the pain, the trauma that everybody has from the past. Everybody carries negative emotions and trauma, some more than others. Some have cleared it up more than others, healed, etc. So you really got to be tough. It is a fight. It is like getting in the boxing ring, but in a different way. But socializing to begin with until you get into a good confident place and you're a lot more healed, and you have your emotions are more, they're generated in more of a positive way. But to get to that point, you've got to work through the darkness and the despair and the pain and the negative emotions and the depressions and the loneliness and the shame, all these things, you've got to kind of work through that. You've got to bust through it, because if you don't, then you stay in that place. And that's where confidence derives from. People always want the fancy stuff. They want the stuff that's pretty, but it really comes through working through this mucky, horrible, uncomfortable feelings. And when you can work through that and keep doing it, it builds a momentum, and eventually, eventually your state transforms, your emotions change. So negative emotions are very good and healthy if they are used in the right way. If you don't use your negativity up, it is very toxic. It uses you up. So an example, if you're feeling negative and then you go to a social meetup and you talk to people and you have nice people around you, you then feel positive. One guy, he comes regularly to my events, and he came to the business event I did, and he said, I didn't come for the business, but which is great. He said, I come because every time I come to your events and I hear you speak and I'm around the group, I feel better about myself. Great. And that's what he's doing. I admire what he's doing. So he's feeling bad. He's having a bad time, whatever he's going through in his life, challenges that most of us go through. He's just feeling depressed or he's feeling in a negative place. He goes to an event and it transforms his mood. And that is taking action. That's what we do on the weekend program. Now, of course, lots of my clients I'm working with now, they're not in that negative place. Why not? Well, because they invested in my coaching months ago and they've been working on their people skills. They've been socializing a lot. So it's quite reassuring to know it makes you feel confident, makes you feel good and optimistic, knowing that these states are only temporary. You're not going to be in a bad place forever. You're not going to be anxious forever. You're not going to be insecure. You're not going to have issues around eye contact and communication and body language and trust and connecting with people and feeling good in yourself and being like, you're not going to have those problems if you work at it. So again, I'll say the same things again, because it's the same things I need to say again. They need to be practiced again and again. They don't go out of date. You've got to be consistent at taking action. You've got to socialize. You've got to set goals. It's not enough just to say, I hate social anxiety. I hate being shy. I hate being introverted. I wish I didn't have this problem. I'm sick of it. It's not enough. I understand. I've been there. You need a purpose. Why do you want to overcome it? You need a reason. Everyone's reasons are different. Mine might be different to yours. Some people's reasons are, clients will say to me, I have to overcome social anxiety. And the reason why I have to overcome it, because I want a girlfriend. I want a long-term relationship. Fantastic. That's a great reason. Other people will say, I have to overcome this because I want to start a business and follow my passion. And in order to do that, I've got to get more confident with people. I've got to mix with people. Some people will say, I can't let the bullies win. And what I went through when I was younger, that was a bit of my purpose. So I have to overcome it. So you need a purpose as to why you're going to do it, because it's very challenging. It depends if you've got a coach, Tim. Honestly, I'm being straight with you. If you've got a coach, then once a week would be enough. But if you're doing it on your own, I don't think once a week is consistent enough, if you're really honest. But I suppose, again, it depends on if you're going to work at something once a week, how long are you going to do it for? How committed are you going to be, and what is the intensity? So it can be a bit vague, but off the top of my head, from my own knowledge, I don't think once a week is enough. I think you've got to do a bit more than that if you want to see a lot of progress. Yeah. Okay, so once a week for a year. Yeah. I would say that would be great if you could commit to that. If you did like 2-3 hours every week of socializing for a year, massive changes. If you could commit to that. Can't really say how many approaches, Chris. That's a bit too ambiguous because there's no like magic number. But I would say, socialize as much as you can if you're at a gig or a venue. It's also the quality of your conversations. I'll give you an example. Let's say you're at a gig, Chris, and you want to overcome your fear of talking to someone. If you speak to someone for an hour or 2 hours, that's enough. That's great. So you only need to speak to one person. But if you're speaking to people and it's really quick, you're just saying, "Hi, how are you? Great, have a nice night." You're not getting that much time to practice. So with that regard, then maybe I'd say speak to 20 people. So it all depends on the quality of your conversations, and more importantly, how long are you speaking to the person. I've noticed, I've said it, my clients improve so much the longer I speak with them, the longer the session. Generally my sessions are 2 hours long in person when I do one-on-one coaching, because that's enough time every week. But occasionally I'll change it if we need longer. So longer the better. You know, the longer you speak on a live stream, the better you become until you got experience. So again, sometimes it depends, but generally with social anxiety, the more you speak, the better you get. So we really need to put time in here, but it's also the quality. Like I said, having a mentor as opposed to going on your own, there's not going to be the same quality. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, but I know for a fact from experience, I'm confident the quality of your conversations on your own are not going to be as good as if I was with you and I was mentoring you. Because I've been doing this for almost 11 years. I'm skilled at it. And I'm good at observing people and seeing how they're communicating, what's good, what's not, if they're pushing themselves. So it's also quality. It's not just quantity, because you can go out and you can speak to 20 people, but if the communication is bad, then the quality is not great, and you're going to be making the same mistakes. So yeah, the irony is, of course, the more you go out and socialize, the better it is for you. Absolutely. But there's also a contradiction in that many guys go out and socialize, but they don't get the right relationships because the communication is not great. So does that make sense? So I will make a video on that and explain that. So quality is important. Otherwise, anyone can just, I know it's not easy, but relatively speaking, anyone can just go and speak to a lot of people. But to speak to people with confidence, respect, good social skills, that's a different ball game. And that's why I say the value in doing my coaching is the quality of skills that you're going to learn are second to none. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I saw you comment on my video, and I'm pleased that really pleased that you've got some videos or one of my videos in your playlist that's really going to help you. And it's nice that you appreciate it, because yeah, it's taken me many years to learn this wisdom. I had to go through hell and back to get this. It's really worth it to give it to people that appreciate it, and it's really going to help all of you. It really helped me. That's why I like sharing it. That's why I believe in it. I've got no doubt, because it helped me. I had the same problem. And I couldn't do all these things. I couldn't make money. I couldn't do public speaking. I couldn't build friendships. I couldn't travel. I couldn't get a girlfriend. I couldn't speak very well. I lacked social skills. I lacked confidence. I lacked discipline. I lacked motivation. I didn't know how to deal with my emotions. So I had all these issues. I fixed most of them. So I learned the skills through years and years and trial and error. And now, obviously, when you've got the experience, you can teach people how to get there quicker and not make all the mistakes that I made because of a lack of experience and wisdom and not always knowing. Yeah, I do notice it. I've been noticing it with my client, Phil, who's doing my 1 year program. When he first came to me, I've been working with him now it's been several months, and the quality in his communication, when I sit and talk with him, we meet every week. It's just second to none. It's on a different level to when he first started. He's the eye contact, he's present, his speech is improved dramatically, his confidence. It's because he's doing the work and he listens and takes the advice and has worked at these things, and now he's running his own business, started his own business. He's successfully coaching his own clients and making money. And he's invested. See, he was not afraid to invest in the coaching to do the 1 year with me, because he knows the value of it, and he's changing, and he's really confident, and he's getting more and more confident every session. and he emails me. I guarantee you now, I check my phone, he's emailed me. He's got, yep, I've got the email. He emails me every day with his accountability of what he's done, his improvement. Yeah, because he's driven, and he'll tell you himself. He wouldn't have got there as quick without my help, without a mentor. He could have done it, but it wouldn't have been as easy having someone with experience. So really think about investing in my coaching in the future, or do it now. Don't waste time, jump in now, or work with a coach that you trust and you like, that can help you, that's got experience, that has proved it in his life, that's built success for himself. Because it's so important. People get stuck. Pride, it stops people. The best people in the world have got teachers. They invest in mentors. When you invest, you get back. If you invest money in a good teacher, a good program, and you learn the course, you make the money back, you make more money back. When you invest in a mentor, your confidence increases dramatically. If you don't invest, your confidence goes down. If you don't invest, your finances stay the same or they go down. I know it. I made these mistakes. I see it. I learn from people that are smart, and I don't learn from people that choose to be unintelligent. And I'm going to be honest, I wrote this down, and it's true. Some of you might not want to hear it, but I'm here to help you, right? I'm not paid to please people, I'm paid to help change lives. Smart people invest in mentors. Unintelligent people, they don't invest in mentors. The two get different results. The people that invest, they succeed, they excel in life. The ones that don't invest, they stay where they are or they fail. It's the truth. No, it's the truth. And if you can really appreciate that and accept that, then you're going to succeed in your life. What I've done today is, as I promised, I've given you guys a bit of a different perspective to what I usually teach. It's similar. I don't know if you guys have noticed, because I want to help you more. I've gave you a very entrepreneurial teaching session today for free, and I enjoy it. So these are different areas that I've learned through facing my social anxiety over years and teaching. So today's talk is orientated around helping you to understand the value of investing in a mentor or a program, or in a certain time frame, to make the changes that you want to make, and make you understand the very likely consequences of not investing in a mentor. And I've given you kind of an entrepreneurial mindset, explaining to you the value of investing money, time, focus, and energy into something worthwhile, and also the consequences, the negative consequences of not investing money, time, energy, focus, and attitude, and how that has a detrimental effect on your life. Who's been my mentors? Les Brown, Jeff Thompson. Les Brown, Jeff Thompson. They're the main two. They're the kind of main two. I would definitely say, I know he's not living with us, rest in peace, but I'd definitely say Bruce Lee. But yeah, Jeff was a paid mentor. I worked with Jeff in person. It was amazing. Les Brown was someone that helped me a lot from online in his talks. And Bruce Lee, when I was a young man, reading his books and his videos. So they're three mentors that come to mind. And I've had other people along my journey, that helped me, support me, gave me advice. I'd have to definitely say my dad as well. I forgot to say that. At time, he's definitely mentored me and helped me in many areas. Oh, of course, the boxing gym, Fitzroy Lodge, the trainers down there, St. Pancras Boxing Club, All Stars Boxing Club, all the trainers and people that I met, they all mentored me. So I've had a lot of mentors already. I've named, how many have I named there? About 5, 6. So I told you guys, I'm honest and straight with you. I couldn't have got here without help of mentors. So yeah, I mean, even today, right? You've gotten so much value for free. If you take this away, you're going to improve all your life. Just knowing how to think a bit differently, just changing the way that you think about investing. And that's why That's one of the things that I've loved about suffering from social anxiety and overcoming it, is that what I've learned from it has just been amazing. So many different lessons. And again, it's not bragging rights. I say this again, and it remains to be true, and it's to inspire people. I sometimes sit here, and I really do. I say, how on earth do I attract clients from around the world? People have been traveling from around the world for many years to do my paid coaching, booking hotels. How did I do that from where I was? And it's for all the reasons I've been explaining to you guys today. Anyone can do it because I worked hard. I was honest, and I improved my social skills. I learned how to teach. I've given a lot of value, a lot of stuff for free as well. And I've attracted, and I've shared my story, and I've continued to work on myself and teach and help people and learn from mentors and improve my business skills, life skills, social skills, dating skills, my discipline, fitness. I've learned how to turn my failures into successes. And I've attracted business from all around the world, and it happens consistently. So this is the value of investing in yourself financially, mentally, and emotionally. And notice today, guys, when I talk about investing, I don't just talk about money, because it's not just money, because anyone can just get some money from their account and transfer it and pay a mentor. You need more than that. Money, yeah, to start. You've got to show up, haven't you? You've got to show up and put the effort in. So, it's yeah, I love this stuff. I'm really passionate about it, even though it's pretty gruesome. It's tough, this stuff. It really does. You got to be you got to be tough to succeed with this. And if you're not tough to begin with, and I certainly wasn't in all areas, I was very weak and sensitive. Then you got to toughen up through working on yourself. Your mindset, your social skills, and never give up. I want to make a point of saying, I can't, to be honest, I can't really say the top 5 books I read, because I'm not massively a fan of reading books to build confidence and succeed. Although I have read some books that I've enjoyed, they've been like a good read. I can't really name 5 though. It's not really my thing, but appreciate the question. I prefer learning more from conversations and teachers and talks, music and boxing, physical things. So I've said it before on the channel. If reading books help you to overcome social anxiety, then everybody would overcome it. It's not that easy. Books it's not gonna do it. It's not enough. You've got to take action. You've got to get out and face the anxiety and the adrenaline. But yeah, I appreciate your question. It's quite a sort of common one. You get online, people will talk about their top books and stuff like that. But I'm not just gonna say books for the sake of it when it wasn't true for me. Wow. See, and it's things like this, it's like it goes so quick when I do these streams. Like I speak, and then no, you're welcome. Thank you for your questions. I mean, an hour's already gone. It's like, again, I really want to explain to people what you can do. I don't have a script. I just can freestyle because I've been doing this so long. Do you have a YouTube channel recommendations? Yeah, I'd say Les Brown's YouTube channel. I can't think off the top of my head. If you're talking about channels for what I do, then obviously I'm going to be biased and say I think my channel is the best when it comes to confidence and anxiety. But channels in general, if you're just on about YouTube channels, I like I like the Joe Rogan show, but that's on Spotify. I like a lot of boxing channels. What else do I watch? Yeah, I'm mostly boxing channels. Les Brown's channel is great. Actually, one of my clients' channel is good. I'm trying to think the name of his channel. I'll have to come back to you guys on that. Kind of thrown me off. Yeah, get your questions in, guys. Right, I'm gonna have a short break. Just gonna give like just a minute, just to relax. I've been talking. There's a few things I want to share. I want to go a bit longer today. Sure, sure. I'll let you know. Um, all right, mate. How are you? Just let me have a toilet break, guys. I'll be back. Get your questions ready. I did an hour today, and something I want to do. I'm trying to push myself to do a little bit more. I really like David Goggins. If you guys want to listen to someone else who's got a different perspective to me, another person, because me and David Goggins have both suffered with social anxiety and overcome it, or really moved at it. So I would listen to Goggins. I think Goggins is fantastic for so many reasons, especially for mental toughness. Brilliant to listen to. I'll be back in a sec, guys. Okay. Second, guys, coming. Okay. I think the best advice I can give you, to be honest, with that situation is just to be honest and respectful, and just try the best you can, and just try and just start off by saying hello, how are you? Keep it simple, because what's happening is you're worrying a lot, you're overthinking, and you're worrying about being creepy. And I think you're never going to be creepy if you're just sincere and honest from the start, and you're transparent and you're respectful. Then the likelihood is you're not going to come across creepy. So that's one of the values I teach on the weekend program, is to be sincere and honest. I would say that's the best thing. No, unfortunately, I don't record the events at the moment, Tim. I used to do it back in the day. It's not really convenient at the moment, but yeah, it's a good idea. Appreciate you asking. You're welcome. Yeah, I've done some videos on that. You might want to check out how to simplify um, your speaking to women, or starting a conversation, or asking a woman out, by having good manners, and just, you know, using simple language, instead of sitting there thinking, well, there's a girl that likes me, I'm at the gym, or I'm in the grocery store or the coffee shop, what should I say? When you start getting into that, you just panic, you just start worrying, and you can't stop thinking, and then you overthink, you start thinking, what if she thinks I'm creepy? So to break that pattern, it's better just to push yourself over, come from that honest place, be vulnerable, even if you're a bit nervous, and just say, look, hi, how are you? Would want to say hello, introduce yourself. If you say hello, then you've gotten over the line, the first step. And that's kind of the most difficult thing for guys. And I teach this on my weekend program. We practice good ethics. And as I said before, most people, women included, they like it when someone's respectful. When you're polite, you're not going to come across creepy if you're honest, you're respectful, you're confident, and you've got good manners. So, hi, how's your day? If you're positive, it makes a difference. Yeah, well, again, you're thinking too far ahead. Instead of thinking, well, what if she has a boyfriend? And if she's got a boyfriend, then she's got a boyfriend. I always tell people to respect that and leave that. What can you do? If someone's taken, leave it, respect that, move on. You're going to have to meet someone that's available and single. But you're thinking too far ahead. You should just focus on, first of all, saying hello, see how she reacts, see if she likes you, see if she's comfortable. Then you can make a decision from that point. And that's the way I break down social anxiety for my clients, with anyone, but especially with talking to women or someone that you like. But I do get it. It is hard. It's hard for everybody. This is why it's good to have a mentor, do a program. Yeah, appreciate it. It's really what you got to do. You got to simplify your conversations, because if you think too much, well, you've already said, and you guys know what happens. It can happen to both men and women. It gets complicated because we start overthinking about what to say. So it's something that I learned that really helped me to manage my anxiety and then to teach. And I do it even when I'm doing live streams. I will really simplify what I'm teaching and saying until I get more confident, comfortable, and I can connect with you guys, and we can get an understanding together. And then you can add on, the extra layers of conversation that are interesting. But to get to that point, we've got to overcome the fear. And I think lots of men get stuck at the first stage where they can't get themselves to initiate the conversation because they're thinking too far ahead. What if she thinks I'm creepy? What if she has a boyfriend? What if she doesn't like me? Or what if I embarrass myself? Or what if I get awkward? Well, you can live in what if for the rest of your life. You've got to try to shut that out and just say, look, I'm going to do the best I can. I'm not perfect. None of us are. And that's good enough for now. But yeah, but I do get it. It's still hard, even with the advice. I think you've got to give yourself permission to fail as well. Everybody fails at some point. I failed many times, but the ones that succeed are the ones that don't give up. So you're going to fail in some of your social interactions. You're going to get nervous. You're going to be awkward. You're not always going to know the right thing to say. You're not always going to get the connection with people or with women. But you have to kind of toughen up and build a stronger character and not let that break you and defeat you and say, "Do you know what? It didn't go well today. I didn't feel good about that, or I didn't do as well as I'd hoped I would have done, but I'll do better next time. I'll try a bit harder next time, or I'll learn, I'll work on my confidence, come to a meetup." You make progress like that. I teach all my clients how to have a progress mindset. I did do a video, I didn't upload it yet, because I've done so many videos, and it was all about the video. Basically, I'll summarize it is, sorry, the connection says something's wrong here. Hopefully the connection's all right. So yeah, I really explain that you need to make progress to overcome social anxiety. I'll tell you why. If you don't make small bits of progress, you're going to get discouraged. Again, I know I keep repeating myself, guys, but it needs to be repeated. Having a mentor helps you to see the progress that you're making. Otherwise, your negative thinking won't allow you to see the progress. Please, guys, do me a favor, right? Honestly, you really help me, and I can help you. Let me know in the box below if so many times in your life you struggle to see the positives. You couldn't see any positives in yourself in regards to improving your social anxiety because your negativity was so strong. It just made you think about the negatives. Let me know in the comments. I know I've been like that in my life, and that's how I've learned not to think in that way or not to get in that place. And I have it with clients sometimes. I have to go to war with them, not literally, but I have to really fight with them to get them to see the positives that they're making, because they get into the negative thinking and it's, yeah, oh, but I'm terrible, or I didn't do that right. I say, yeah, but okay, we can improve that. Let's look at what you did do right. You did that right. You did that right. They go, oh, did I really do that? I said, yes, you did. You're choosing not to see it because you're in such a negative frame of mind. Okay, let me give you an example, right, of how to think more positive about your social anxiety and improve it and build confidence. So let's say for example, you went to a social event, you went to mine or anyone or a party or a gathering, and you was really nervous and awkward, and you couldn't really relax at the event, and you spoke to a couple of people, but you felt a bit awkward, you felt a bit embarrassed, and you came away from the event and you felt depressed, and you were beating yourself up because you felt like you failed, you felt like people were judging you, you felt like you didn't really act confident, and you knew that you could do better. Okay, but another way of looking at it is to say this is the positive. Well, at least you went and did it. There's success in that. You can build. There's something good in that. Okay, it didn't go as good as you hoped it would. You were quite nervous, but you still went. You still took action. You still turned up. You still tried. The fact that you tried is a positive. So let's look at that. Let's focus on that more and say, okay, let's say you're not happy with the way that you socialized at the event and it got you down. Well, the next time you're going to be a bit better because you've got some experience. So that's the way that we look at positive progress. It's not make believe, it's real. It's looking at things in a different way, but pointing out facts and seeing how we can improve it a little bit at a time. That's where coaching comes in again. I've tried the best I can today. Look, I'll use my own positivity. It was challenging for me today to try to explain to people on a live stream the value of my coaching and really get them to understand the benefits of it, right, without me being in person with you. It was challenging. On a positive note, I think I've done a hell of a job. I think I've really tried hard. I've been speaking for over an hour now, and I've had quite a long good day. And I know that a lot of you are understand it a little bit more. And I know that the more I explain it, the better I'm going to get, and the better value that you're all going to get, because you'll get it more, you'll apply it, and everybody's happy. That's the positive way of framing, of looking at things and making progress. And if I look at my teaching 10 years ago, it's much better now. I'm older, I've got more experience, I can explain it better, I've got confidence, I've learned from mentors, I've coached more clients, so I learn from them. I've got more of a passion. I've been through some challenges in my life, I've overcome them. So it's looking at things in a positive way. Sometimes you've got Les Brown says it, you have to force yourself to look at the positives, because if you don't do that, then you're naturally going to gravitate towards everything that's negative, and that's going to bring you down. It's going to make you feel like crap. It's going to lower your self-esteem. It's going to take you out of focus, and it's going to sabotage you from succeeding and moving forward. I would say in that situation, I would say maybe it's worth having a conversation with a person and facing your fear. That's one option. If that option isn't right, then maybe really work at your confidence in other areas so you can build more confidence and courage, and you're able to make the move in your relationship or the situation with the dating. So you can, obviously build a better relationship. So I think you've got to work on your communication with the person. You've got to be vulnerable. And I'm certain that you've also got to work on your overall self-confidence. And some of the ways to do that is the gym, your diet, your goal setting, things that make you feel good, your passions. So it's a combination of the two. You've got to have some more courage to be more honest in your communication in your existing relationship. Sometimes you've got to be honest about your needs, what you want in a relationship. You've got to face the fear that the person could give that to you and might want the same. They may not. But if you don't face these things, then you're going to be stuck. So I think a big thing for you at the moment is facing this fear of rejection and this fear of intimacy, being open. So really decide what you're going to do. You're going to stay where you are now, which will be causing you a lot of pain. It's not letting you move forward, or you're going to take that risk and go for it. That's what I noticed. The same challenge that you've had. You're welcome. When I do the events and I speak to big groups of people, they know what they want to do, but they're scared to do it. Scared to take the action because it's what if it fails? What if I embarrass myself? What if people judge me? What if I'm not liked? What if I'm not loved? Well, then you're going to stay there. What if it does work out? What if people do love you? What if you can get past it? What if you like yourself? What if you succeed big? You might hit it big in your life. Think in that way. A lot of people don't do that though. They go, what if I fail? I challenge you. What if you succeed? What if it doesn't work out? What if it does work out? What if I embarrass myself? What if you make yourself proud of yourself? What if you really impress people? What if I fail? What if you succeed? What if I can't handle it? What if you can handle it? See, that's the battle. That's the fight. That's where coaching comes in. And this is a battle and a fight that I enjoy. Working on myself and coaching other clients, having to fight through their negative conversation and get to the positive conversation. When I coach people in business and they say, what if I don't make any money? What if I don't get any clients? I say, well, what if you do make money? What if you do get clients? What if you change people's lives? You see, it's challenging you. What if I go gym? What if I don't lose weight? What if you go gym, work hard, improve your diet, and you do lose weight? What if people criticize me online and it affects me? Well, what if they criticize you and it doesn't affect you and you build a tougher mindset, a tougher character? You focus on the people that do love you and you help them. It's a different way of looking at it. Sometimes people say things like, what if I won't enjoy it? Or what if you do enjoy it? You don't know until you try it. So we've all got to take that leap of faith and jump into the unknown in all areas: social anxiety, business, love, life, health, fitness. Because if we don't, we're going to be stuck. And being stuck is never good. One of the most painful places to be in life is stuck in a predicament that you don't enjoy. But people stay there because it's safe, it's the known, they know it, they're comfortable, but they're not happy. So they'd rather compromise happiness, purpose, self-esteem, passion, accountability, love, discipline. They would compromise that and be miserable to be safe. So happiness is not found in safety. The most dangerous place in the world is the comfort zone. Joy, really living life to the full, is in the danger zone. That's a positive already. If it's great that you don't drink alcohol because you're confident already. You're worrying what people think when you go out. I think the best way to get over that is you've got to just keep facing people and showing up and get it. Just face it continuously, and you get past it. Again, the voice dominates your thinking, and it frightens you more when you avoid it. So the more you avoid people and situations, the more you're going to care what they think. The more you interact with people, especially when you're around people that you like and you connect with. You don't really worry about what people think when you like them and trust them and they like you, have that relationship. But to get over that, you've got to practice it. I had the same fear that you did. I overcame it, so you can. I help my clients. If I stayed in my old mindset, I wouldn't be doing this now because I'll be worried about what all of you think about me. I couldn't help other people. So you've got to move forward anyway. So maybe you've got to accept at the moment that you do worry about what people think, but move forward anyway. Take action anyway. Accept that you have that worry, but move forward. And eventually, the moving forward and the taking action, the confidence that you'll gain from that will override your concerns and fears about what people are thinking about you or what they may be thinking about you. Getting close to the end, guys. I'm pretty pleased with another live stream. I aimed for an hour, but I wanted to go a bit over. Yeah, I got over it by practicing it, and you can do the same with practice. One of my clients, I really love the guy, lovely to work with. He had a stammer, he has a fear of it. He's been overcoming it. He's come to my events. He did my 6 weeks program and weekend program a while back. He recently did a top-up session with me. He did a 2-hour session for business, and that was a big part of the coaching that I helped him with. And he's doing great. And he spoke yesterday. Actually, he spoke yesterday at my event. He didn't stammer, so he's doing it. You can do it. What are the pros and cons of social media when dealing with social anxiety? I think the cons is people get addicted to social media, and then they don't have the motivation to go out and meet people in person because it's like some kind of drug. It's giving them a fix, and that gets you more depressed. So too much time on social media, it eats away at your self-esteem. It makes you demotivated, lazy, procrastinate. It can do that. They're the negative aspects. On a positive note, if you socialize regularly, then social media can be a lot of fun. I enjoy my time on it. You can build a business on it. You can help people. You can just enjoy the platform, the experience. So it's not like social media is all bad. I don't think that's the case. I think it's bad when people they spend too much time on it. It's pretty simple, really. So too much time on social media and lesser time with people in person is detrimental to confidence, mental health. That's a given. And the right amount of time can be positive, really can. Yeah, it's interesting you say it. One of my clients has a therapist, and she told him, because he didn't like online dating like you, so she encouraged him to go out and speak to women. So I'm a big believer in, if online dating doesn't work for you, not getting matches, then you have to try a different way of dating. Go out and speak to her in real life. Go to events. When you see a woman you like, ask her out, speak to her. Face that fear, because for a lot of people, online dating doesn't work. Right, guys, I'm going to end it. I think I've had enough today. It was really great. Another good session. We did close to an hour and a half. And yeah, I'll see you guys soon. Let me know if any of you want to do the weekend program, or anyone wants to work with me. And make sure you apply these things. We covered a lot of things today, but I know a lot of it will stick. And I'll see you guys in the next live stream. Thanks for the support on the channel. If you do get a lot of value, like, share. And have a great day, guys. All right. I'll see you soon.